So, Jim, I understand Norco is a cooperative. Can you explain exactly what that means?
It actually means that Norco are 100% farmer-owned.
Oh, wow.
They have directors that are farmers that are on the company, so they understand how the business works from the grassroots right through to the business end. They have a say, in how it actually works and how it's going to actually happen. Norco been going now like for 1895, and they're still in business. So they've got to be doing something right.
Yeah, wow.
Cooperatives do work.
It's amazing. 100% farmer-owned. That's why it produces the tastiest milk, I guess.
So today I'm going to showcase this amazing product in a Norco milk, rum and raisin rice pudding. I'm going to get started on the rum and raisin sauce first, and then we'll get stuck into the rice pudding. In this pot, I've just brought to the boil some rum and the raisins, and then turned it off and let it sit for half an hour for those raisins just to soak up all of that rum and become super plump. So I'm just going to bring these back to the boil and finish that sauce with some brown sugar, some cinnamon, pinch of salt, give it a stir, melt that sugar. So once these come back to the boil, it's going to take them off the heat, cool them down slightly, and then I'm going to add this butter bit by bit off the heat and just work it in so it creates a really beautiful glossy sauce. And it's really starting to smell. It's almost got that Christmas smell. Dried fruit, rum, butter, all the good things. So just melt the last of that butter in those raisins, and then that one's done. I'll leave it on the side till serving. Next, I'm gonna start on the rice pudding. We're gonna heat up our pan. I'm gonna melt more butter in that pan. And the first step is we're gonna toast off our rice. So this is something not super common, but I really like it because it lets the rice toast gently and it actually becomes quite nutty, and it gives the rice pudding a little bit more depth of flavour, and that helps balance that sweetness. So once that butter's melted, I'm gonna go in with the rice, and it's gonna start to sizzle and cook, but more importantly, you're gonna get that beautiful toasted nutty smell. Now that butter's starting to foam up, that rice you can smell is toasting really beautifully. And to just stop that cooking process, we're gonna add our Norco milk. So our milk's in, gonna add some cream, pinch of salt, some brown sugar, and some vanilla. So you can use a pod, just split it, throw it in, or you can use extract, but this paste is really nice. Now we're just going to continue to cook this for about 30 minutes, stirring. If it gets really dry, you can add a little bit more milk, but it should be kind of perfect to just swell that rice up, absorb all of that beautiful dairy. So just keep an eye on it, put it on low, and it should take about 30 minutes, and then you can tell when the rice is nice and soft. Okay, so it's been about 30 minutes. I did add a touch more milk just as it was thickening up, but now I'm gonna add 2 egg yolks to a nice big bowl. I'm just gonna go some of the pudding in with the egg yolks, and I'm just going to then combine those yolks with the hot pudding and then add that mix back. And this way, the eggs are just gonna gently cook, not if I just chuck them straight in and mix them around. It would probably create big lumps, but now it's nicely incorporated at a really stable, even heat. We're gonna go back in, and then you'll see that texture just change instantly. And our sauce is really beautiful, just cooled slightly. So now it's just warm, and it's just a perfect, nice, almost like butterscotch consistency rum and raisin sauce. I'm just gonna turn that rice pudding off because as it cools down, it's going to continue to thicken as well. So I just don't want it super, super thick. And that's it. It's ready. We are ready to serve. Give it a good mix. Straight in. And we've got our beautiful rum and raisin sauce. Raisins around first. I have to add just a little bit of texture. So I'm going to go with some nice toasted slithered almonds. And there you go. a dessert using the best produce possible. This is my Norco milk rum and raisin rice pudding.